can get to Cuzz.
Everybody here in Korea is ultra safe. I mean, everybody's.
They are, yeah.
It's really
people are
nice.
advised not to go into work or take metro unless necessary. And other than that, everything's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Sort of like ganking top lane.
This is going to be pretty normal, I suppose. He doesn't have his flash, and it should be enough damage. The Cataclysm finally comes out. It's going to trap Flawless in here, but he's going for the kill. Is he even going to get it? I don't think he will, as Canna is going to put the missile straight into his face, as 2 kills will go the way of T1.
Just going to run down to bottom and summon it there. As we just take a look at the replay, Equalizer comes out, and Canna able to just do so much damage as well, as it was a nice attempt by Flawless to try to trade 1-for-1 and then maybe look for a way out.
얘 되게 온다. 보자.
He says, let's try to do this.
잘만해.
확인.
잡았다.
나이스. 렉사이 있고. 렉사이 노플, 렉사이 노플.
안 죽어, 안 죽었네.
전령까지 바로 하자.
No flash.
렉사이 노플이야. 나이스.
전령 시작 이거.
전령하자.
그러면 전령 시작 이거.
창동이 바텀.
Well, that was interesting. I noticed the chat box actually said 14 Rek'Sai, but it was written out completely.
Yeah,
Which
well,
is not something
I have to
I've
cut you off
seen
there.
before.
There's no dash, no flash. They're going in for this one. He is going to die.
Gonna go the way of T1. Callista is gonna get 6 AD from it.
Faker showing off the GLP really nicely and just putting that on, that aggression. Oh no, who's stuck in here with who? Flawless runs straight into the Callista. Really unfortunate timing for them. He's gonna flash, and you can see that effort just waits for it. Really making it look effortless, to be honest. Another kill, gonna go their way. And how about another one here? Cover, he's trying to run away, but still no flash.
3 minutes now until the Mountain Dragon comes up, as APK, you can see Ikssu trying to trade really hard onto Canna, but there's no way to follow this up when you see that the other T1 members are still coming, and that's why he tried to turn around, but it ended up just being all too late, as Ikssu eventually got dogged down as well by the Callista. And right here, really good route by Faker. GLP 800 active coming out as well. And Azir, without a flash, should be at about 2.5 items across the board, where you can see the APK, they're struggling to get their second item.
They found Flawless here in the jungle. He's trying to get away. We got Canna up against Ikssu on the side. He's going to miss the chains. And now Flawless in a bit of trouble as he's desperately trying to hit that plant. He is going to flash away. Missile's going to miss, and Iksu's all alone. Where's the rest of APK? Cover's just pushing. To APK in this game because of the way Canna is playing weak side. And now they're just going to go for the Baron here as Faker is on guard duties, desperately trying to survive here. He is going to have to flash right at the end as a steal. Can it come in? Waiting for that smite, waiting for it to get low enough, and it will go the way of T1 at the end. LM is going to have to flash over this wall. Did go down,
And that's
but outside of
exactly
that,
why I'm not impressed.
Okay.
I feel like T1 has a lot to improve on
Fair.
this game, as they let that turret die. As here inside of this replay, Flawless, I mean, he just gets completely collapsed on by all of the members of T1. Equalizer does end up whiffing. Flash used by Canna eventually gets him with the harpoons. And Teddy is just Vlad the Impaler this game, as he is rending everybody. As this Callista gonna have Bloodthirster soon, 50 seconds until the next Mountain Dragon, as I really appreciate production this time having the APK overlay,
They get
because
the
we're getting
double
to witness
knockup.
T1 playing Flash, and I really hope that the round 2 opponent is a little bit strong.
This is just one-sided. I mean, there's not really much else to say about it. It's just they are rolling face over them. The APK are just like hanging out in their jungle. They think it's their jungle. It's not. You can't stand there. Oh, here comes Triple Rumble. Oh man, he funneled them up against the wall and they're all gonna get burned. And I think this game is just gonna end. That's gonna be the end of that guy's life, and T1 are gonna push to finish.
So this was an almost perfect game, Valdez. Even though Azir is coming up in 10 seconds, he doesn't have his ultimate available, I do think this is the end. Faker sending out his clone to try to tank any sort of aggro. Azir coming up in 2 seconds. 8 Aatrox spawn from the fountain. They might not even try. They're just going to focus down Nexus in what is one of the fastest games we've had in LCK in a very long time. Hug the turret with Canna, and just make sure that he can't get dove, and in doing so, it is still a victory.
Oh, speaking of which, coming on in here, getting low, he's gonna get flashed on now. Dodging that cocoon, LM is playing this really well. He's gonna smite, and they're gonna turn this one around. I don't think there's anything that Flawless can do. He's gonna be on the run here. He will have to try to cocoon and burst one of them down, but I don't know what he's got going on here. He's going to be hit by the Sylas, and down he will go. Another 2-on-2 victory for T1 in this game. We're going to have to re-watch the replay, so why don't you break it down for us, Larry?
All right, well, Canna takes a very unfortunate trade, but managed to live. Cover not able to follow up, got the ignite out. Look at Flawless. Island was just clicking down, and Flawless just whiffs the cocoon, and then commits it to this anyway, just like the Rek'Sai and Jarvan situation from game number 1. And Canna, wait, what?
He's really here. He's going for the dive. Just wait. Here we go. He's going to flash the wall.
Okay, all right. Well, they're going to use the Ornn teleport.
Okay, well, we have Canna in a pretty rough spot. Actually, Element was. And that's going to be the double kill underneath the turret and with the TP. Nice little trade there. But as you mentioned, definitely the lane state not looking great, but he's looking to turn it around now, but the stun gonna land onto Canna. Who's gonna pick it up? It will be Canna, as Cover will misplay in the trade, not expecting that much damage to be able to come out.
The game. I know that we talked about this yesterday, that generally it can be pretty good to pick up first that are just going to their doom. This is gold and XP that APK is missing out on, so even though they got some XP and gold back from the Rift Herald, there's still a loss. We'll see what they can end up doing with it. This is the replay from a couple of moments ago. Teleport comes in from Ornn, and it almost ends up being able to trade.
탑 올라온다 이거. 무빙했어. 너 뒤에 무빙했어 이번에. 이거 주고 용 봐야 될 것 같아. 탑 주고.
나 늦긴 했어 이거.
탑 빼야 돼 이거 이번에 아마.
일단
이렇게 봐주러 갈게.
탑 1대1
이거 보자 이거 우리가. 오케이.
And honestly, this is a much more stable early game as here we
Now
go.
they're going for it, but he hit the spider with his leash there. They're trying to burst down Flawless, but Canna is not going to be able to get in range there as Elise kills Elise on the scoreboard. LM not going to be able to do it either. This time it's APK who strike back with 2 kills.
APK, so it's definitely not the end of the world. However, with the tower falling this early on, this is kind of bad news for Cover, and I'll explain why after this replay. As Valdez, you pointed out, Canna, he just gets locked up, unable to follow.
Yeah, he tried to turn into Elise and fell up, but it was too late.
And Ilum
아
not
트런드 탑이야 트런드 탑이야
이란이 빨리
야 그럼 야 아지르 좀 빨라 아지르 좀 빨라
걸린다.
볼게
saying
너네
that it's
나는
really
이거
fast.
탑이네 탑이네 봐줘야 돼 이거
괜찮아. 일로
The really surprising thing to
야
me is that
아지르는
the
아리
global
무빙이었는데
potion
이제부터는 안
was
보이거든? 나 얘 피나 까줘야 돼
50%
바텀도
through
봐줘야
this
됐어
trade. Elise was so low on
아지르
HP.
안 보여? 아지르 웬만하면 바텀 무빙 쪽이었는데 집 간
And
걸
obviously, they did manage to outplay T1 there as we have a pause.
That they did. And we are back in game. This feels weird. I don't know. We were podcasting for so weird until the end of a typical 3-game series.
All right.
All right, ult.
Ikssu, right?
Coming in.
Oh, the mad life!
Oh, that's gonna fail.
we're gonna enter the lull state, the ping pong phase, and T1 are just gonna coast into an enormously strong mid game. And you can just see Canna accounting for both options.
This guy got an A+ in geometry, man. He changed it over to something else, perhaps. I don't know. But either way, we do have effort in a kind of a rough spot. He's got Canna with him now, going for the double knock-up onto two of them. Flashing over the wall here is Canna, considering continuing on the chase. He is going for it. He doesn't give a damn right now. Gonna get the knock-up, and Canna is gonna get another kill here. As he is gonna pay for it, though. As finally Ikssu able to line that one up. And meanwhile, up in the top side, we have a pause.
Always pausing Korea.
Oh, good. We got a replay.
We're gonna go back to the replay here. A much greater time.
He tried to.
All right, now hold on. Let me break it down for you here. So Nautilus pressed the Q, followed by the W and the E, and in doing so, initiated a sequence of events that was then followed up by T1 Canna, who then also pressed some of his buttons on his keyboard located on the left-hand side, managed to get the knock-up on the avatar character that was the Nautilus before being knocked up himself, and then eventually brought down by the Kaisa.
It was actually.
Yeah, you did. That used to be your order. You know what? See,
that's why I'm so skinny.
That's how good of a relationship we have. I remember.
Actually, effort's gonna die. Oh no.
Okay.
We have to pause again.
Please stop.
Ikssu's laggy computer, right? All right.
Yeah. What?
Break down the. Break this down.
Okay. So what ended up happening here is Ikssu comes in, mines effort, and kills him. I'll send you my invoice on Twitch. Okay. Onto the Azir as well as the MF, depending on if she's does recall.
나이스 큐 빠졌고 노플이야.
솔직히 놔두라.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
이거 이제 미드 막을 생각하자 전령으로.
Perhaps they're thinking about.
Ooh, flashing away from that one as Faker tried to get on in there, and the bullet time will come out. That's a huge amount of damage. A big knock up there from the Sylas stolen depth charge as they are fighting front to back with the Taric ultimate, and will be able to pick up one kill. Can we make it two? Ooh, not quite.
Aurelia's just AFK in bot lane right now. We'll have Vanguard's Ed when she gets in here. I don't know what APK is going to do. Flawless needs to steal this.
Try to get in there. The stopwatch from Secret. Not good enough to save his life as Canna over here trying to zone them out. Should be successful even if he loses his own life. That will be Baron. Going down to SKT here at 20 minutes and a half. As you can see, Flawless looking for the follow-up here, but they're relatively tanky. Outside of Faker. Flawless waiting for that one. He is just going to get punished.
They did give over the Ocean Dragon, but Faker, you can see in this replay, he tries to go for the Shurima Shuffle onto Hybrid, stands his ground, and then with the bullet time and all the other damage, they know Aurelia is down in the bot lane. And with the Taric ultimate, they just ignore the turret. And remember, APK's team composition is so wonky. It doesn't really do anything. The Aurelia is the centerpiece of it all. And so in straight-up team fights and even weird, awkward disengages like that, it's just going to look very disjointed. Here in the Baron, you know APK trying to come up. They have to do something. They don't want to just give over the Baron. Ends up going T1's way. I'm not sure what they're supposed to do anymore inside of this game.
Well, they're not supposed to do this. I mean, this is just...
Is that there's no real way for APK to resist these pushes. They have no wave clear.
Oh boy, Secret just in the front. You can see how desperately he's trying to get something going. That's another nice knockup from Ikssu. This is so much damage. Oh, big knockup though, as he's gonna catch two in the front. Faker still is going to be safe here, but it looks like he will be the only one as Canna is going on an assassination mission in the backside. Couldn't save the president. Another big knockup from Ikssu. Really playing this quite well as exhaust over the wall. Faker is gonna outplay it as they do have the damage to take out Hybrid. Ikssu looks like he is going to live. Really nice play from Canna and Faker to secure that kill.
We take a look at how this all starts up. It's with the Ornn ultimate. Nautilus does get his ultimate off, and honestly, a beautiful Ornn out of Ikssu. 4-man knockup. The Ornn ult stun, giving Aurelia the opening that she needed. Flawless tries to buy as much time over the edge as he can. Hybrid dealing lots of damage on the Kai'Sa in the backline. Faker looked like he wasn't sure if he could get back into this. Eventually, he does come over. Canna misses the latch on, so that was 2 in a row that he's going to end up missing. Faker with the big outplay, able to bring down Hybrid, and had that hit. This is what their comp ends up devolving into, is some sort of a pit comp.
They're going to turn this one around, though. The Taric ultimate is so good at doing this. Stoneplate trying to help out Secret. He is going to live. Oh, the Subjugate, as you mentioned, is going to take him down. Canna finding the leash that time around, but here's cover, getting into that backline, but immediately just gets melted
Faker
underneath the bullet
yet.
time. Yeah, Faker's looking for more. He's going for this. Will at least get the one. Hybrid gets baited into this. Nice try, actually. He is going to take out one.
But he just did at the end there to bring down Faker at the end, trying to make the most out of the situation. You can see in live cam, Baron is going the way of T1. I don't believe APK can stop it. In the replay, Subjugate ends up bringing down Secret. Really good positioning by T1 approaching the fog of war. They use deductive reasoning. No, okay, they could be in this rush. If they are, we want Trundle in the front line in the event that they try to make a pick-off, and they approach it as such. And right here, pay attention to Hybrid. His screen, he shoots all the way up. I would actually be really interested in seeing the pro view on that play. I don't know how many times I could ever say something like that.
Yeah. Well, Canna's going to steal that Ram inhibitor, but I don't think they can end the game. And then from there, but they're not going to go for the steal, actually. They're just going to go for the straight-up get of the Dragon, but T1 are trying to fight 5v4, but it's not really working out. The Kai'Sa is going to get in the backline, but the bullet time is so good, taking out the Ornn, and there's Faker trying to go for the sacrifice in the backline, but he is going to go down, but it's okay. He sacrificed his life and gave the double kill over to Teddy, as T1 should look to push to end the game now.
And, I mean, the scary thing is, though, is that if somehow APK can hang on through some miracle, they will have a legitimate chance in this. Now, Teddy is going to come over, he's going to tap the turret, and he's hitting it.
Try to end this, but I don't think that they can. Look at Secret just get kited down, and that is going to be the end of that turret, and they're just going to casually pick up a couple more kills on their way to the victory. T1 will pick up this 2-0 as LM is just dancing in their face, and down will go the Nexus. GG. C1, we come back from the 80,000 pauses, and they win the game.
Story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live, I want to take